Привет, меня зовут Philip. I am Philip, I'm a British guy standing here in Moscow, Russia, and today we're going to look at a typical Russian supermarket and we're going to see if sanctions are really working here in Russia. Are the shelves really empty? Can you buy brands that you can buy back at home or back in the United States? Let's find out. Come with me. So, this is the entrance and this is the typical supermarket we have here. You can take your trolley here, or actually, should I take this trolley? And let's see what we can find out in this supermarket. So, come in, it reminds me pretty much as a typical supermarket in the UK, so maybe a Waitrose or that sort of thing. You've got all your sort of fruit and vegetables laid out, and then you've got the meat section here. Now, one thing I would say is, looking at the labels and stuff, you're going to find it quite difficult to determine what stuff is if you don't speak Russian. Now, I've got a little tool when I come to a supermarket, it's called Yandex Translate. So I literally have to pull up the Yandex app, go on to photo, and I simply take a photo of what something is, and then that will sort of translate the prices and what the item actually is. So we've got, for example, here I've just translated flank steak, beef, whatever, Russia, and that's sort of how I determine what stuff is. So as you can see, so there's a variety of meat you've got here. You've got a bakery towards the back of the store. You've got a few chilled wines and bits and pieces around as well. So I can't see any imported stuff yet though, so let's keep looking and see what we can actually find. So we've got some different waters, drinks. Oh, okay, right, so the first thing I found, which I don't know how it's here because I'm told that this is very much on the sanction list for Russia, but as you can see, the sanctions are really working because I'm standing here as a British guy in Moscow, Russia, with an authentic can of Coca-Cola. Obviously we have the local brands as well. I've not actually tried it, but I've heard it tastes kind of rubbish. I don't really want to try this, but this is the sort of local brand you have here of Coke. We've also got Pepsi. So again, sanctions are really working. We've got Pepsi here from the United States. I can't see Diet Coke though, for some reason. We've got Lipton's as well, so Lipton iced tea. That's another range that we have. We've got the different sizes of that. But anyway, let's see what else we can see. So we've got a few confectionery items here. Let's go down this aisle now. I think we've got the cheeses. So what have we got? So we've got different cheeses. I think so far I can see there's a lot of Russian brands here. I can see Parmesan cheese and there's some Swiss cheeses here. So these are obviously imports. Quite expensive, I would say, compared to the West, compared to the UK. I mean, some of these items you're talking sort of like £5 to £10 for a packet of cheese. More vegetables down the front here. What else have we got? So we've got some eggs that are chilled here. These look like they're all sort of local We've got the milk section. So here's smetana. Smetana means sour cream in Russian. So you've got your different percentages, so 10%, 15%, 20%, depending on if you're sort of on a diet or not, I guess. You've got your different milks, different ranges of milk. So the same as the UK or the US, you have your skim milk through to your full fat variety. Then you've got your yogurts, you've got your jams. You've got more confectionery here. Then I've noticed the range of chocolates they have here is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I've bought these truffles a few times and put them in the fridge, and they just taste amazing. You've got different Belgian truffles. These are obviously imports. They're very expensive though. I mean, look, you spend sort of £10, £15 plus on a box of truffles, but they are nice. And there's a lot more of a variety here when it comes to confectionery, I find, than in the UK. All of these are obviously imported, so you've got Oreos here, whatever these are. Yeah, so still a lot of imported stuff, but look, on the whole so far, Belvita, you can get pretty much most of what you can get so far in the UK. So we have caviar here. So something very unique to Russia is you can come into your local supermarket and spend about £100 or 150 US dollars on some black beluga caviar. You've got sort of different types of caviar as well, but as I always say in a lot of my videos, Russians like to eat caviar an awful lot of the time. There's better places than a supermarket to buy caviar, I have to say, but it's pretty good that you have that option to you as well. So we're into the next aisle now. So what can we see? So these are a lot of the pasta sauces, so similar to what you get back in the UK, I suppose. So your different Napoleon sauce, tomato sauces, things that you would generally mix with pasta. This one's amazing. I love this. Made from meat. So you've got sort of thing like sriracha hot chili, smoked pepper barbecue. I mean, these are obviously imported. I don't know where these are actually from, but it's all in English. Oh, Hamburg, Germany, there we go. So the Germans are still importing to Russia, despite European sanctions on Russia. You've got Heinz. Heinz are obviously the tomato ketchup sort of thing. And then we've got the pastas. We've got the soy sauces, balsamic vinegar. Obviously the imports from Italiano for your balsamic vinegar, balsamic cream. You've got all the kind of like peppers and mixed herbs and all that kind of stuff that you typically mix with your food as you're sort of cooking, to add a bit of oomph to your cooking. Every store has some food areas, so where you can sort of buy food to go, or you could eat in to have certain foods. Most supermarkets will have that option available to them. Here's some olive oil. So very expensive. Something I noticed straight away. You're talking, £10, £20 even for some of the more Italian, more sort of imported ranges of olive oil. But you've got everything. You've got, chili pepper oil, lemon oil, garlic oil. You've got stuff with, oh look, £30 this one. What's that one? Premium extra virgin Palamides oil, fine harvest. £30 in Russia. Very expensive, but you can buy quality as well, I find. And then you've got your cheap sunflower oil down the bottom. You've got stuff with truffle in as well. You've got different sort of sea salts around this section. Here's your pastas. So there's a lot of really beautiful pasta that you can buy here. There's obviously the Barilla range, which is all imported stuff from Italy. You've got different, you know, penne and you know, whatever this stuff is, but it's all delicious. I buy this stuff quite a lot. Obviously some sauce and pasta, really good to sort of put a really delicious meal together with that. You've got some rice here as well. I don't know what this is, it's all in Russian, but a mixture of like different canned stuff and whatever these are, gherkins. The happy world of Haribo, also still importing here to Russia. Right, and then what have we got? So we've got juices now. So this rich juice I get quite a lot. It's probably one of the best range of juices available. A mixture of different flavours here, pineapples, apple, etc. We've got some more local Coca-Cola here, and then we've got more of the imported stuff from Coke, and we've even got Dr. Pepper. So again, yeah, sanctions are really working. You can't find the bigger bottles though, so all the bigger bottles seem to be the sort of more local imported Coke. I've only seen a few of the smaller ones, but actually I was expecting the price to be quite a lot. It's only about £1 to £1.20 for that, which isn't actually too bad. I mean, I suppose it is. I think it's about 50p in the UK, so it is a bit more expensive than normal. But yeah, it's quite nice. What else is that? Is this like Iron Brew? Maybe this is a bit like what you can get in Scotland. Maybe Scottish guy in Moscow can tell us. Is this the Russian Iron Brew, maybe? Or is it Fanta? Yeah, because Iron Brew, I can't see that many places. I actually saw in one of Scottish guy in Moscow's videos. He did a video where he went around Moscow to try and find some Iron Brew. And was successful. So some supermarkets do sell Iron Brew, but not here, actually. So here we got some of the smoked salmons, you know, the typical thing that you'd find in, you know, Waitrose or M&S or Tesco's, that sort of thing, back in the UK. And then, what have we got? Okay, so we just need to show you this section over here now. So we've got a few crisps. So obviously Lay's are imported. You can get Pringles in Russia, which is probably the most normal thing I would say when it comes to crisps, the imported products. I can't actually see those though. I don't know. There's stacks. These are very similar to Pringles, but these are obviously by Lay's. I don't know where the official Pringles are. Oh yeah, okay. So here we go. So we've got sour cream and onion and Texas barbecue Pringles. So this is the most important thing I would say. I mean, what, they're an American company, but you can get them pretty much everywhere. Here as well in Sanctions, Russia. So here is just a few more fridges. So you've got a few ales, a few more beers. This is the sort of section where you find quite a lot of imported stuff when it comes to beers and Belgium stuff. You can see Holland beer, stuff like that. There's Corona over there, I can see. So they're not having too many issues importing the alcohol, I can see. And then this section in the back is a few more of what I would say the more exclusive products, and there's a lot more imported things here. So you have a lot more of the French wines, for example. There's a few wines imported from France here, and this is so expensive. I mean, about a year ago, we went to the Champagne region of France, and we actually did a wine tour of some of the LVMH brands in Champagne. I mean, we saw it for about 150 euros a bottle. Here it's about 500 euros a bottle, so about 3 to 4 times more expensive. But for 43,000 rubles, you can get some Dom Perignon, you've got some Veuve Clicquot, you've got some Runart, but you've got all of these imports here. Again, LVMH has shut most of their stores here, but for some reason you can still import it, so that's pretty good. Obviously you've got all the wines at the back here as well, and again, all of this is sort of the imported variety. A lot more expensive, although there are some imported options that aren't all expensive. You know, I mean, for £10 you can get a reasonable bottle of wine as well, which is quite decent. And then you've got, obviously being in Russia, you can't escape the vodka as well. So you've got many different ranges of vodka, you know, Beluga, etc. And it's dirt cheap as well. I mean, some of this stuff, I mean, I don't know what this is, but some sort of bitter for about £2, etc. Depending on what you want to spend, I mean, what, £4 or £5 you can buy some vodka. And then you've got some of the more expensive ones at the top. You've probably got Grey Goose. Yes, you have. You've got Grey Goose here for about a tenner as well. But yeah, you can get everything. Here we go. Sanctions are working. Well done. And then just take you around. This is quite interesting. Obviously, being in Russia, there's a lot of things you can get that you may not get back in the UK. So things like you've got the, you know, pelmeni, you know, Wagyu beef, some other sort of gourmet stuff there. Lots of other sort of pelmenis here as well. So yeah, very, very good. But like I say, you can pretty much, you know, get what you want. And as you can see, the shelves are not empty. Now, we'll go buy something. I'll show you how the system works there. Because we are here, we should at least buy something. I'll just get a bottle of something from over here. And I'm going to get, what am I going to get? I'm going to get an authentic Coca-Cola, I think. I'm going to buy an authentic Coca-Cola from sanctioned Russia. And to pay for the items, it's pretty much the same as you would back in the UK. So you use a digital system. We can use the one over the back actually here. So it's just a self-scanning system, so the same, like I say, you'd get back in the UK or anywhere else. So you just scan the item on the QR code here, and 139.99 rubles, and then we'll just go on to this, and again, this second option, third option down here for card, we're going to use a credit card, so we're going to press this button here. I've got this totally wrong. This item here and the first option, and we are going to pay by card. So we can either smile and say hello if we have a Sberbank register card, or we're not actually registered for that. So we're just going to scan our card here, and there we go. We have paid for an authentic Coca-Cola here in sanctioned Russia. Let's take you out and we'll see how this actually tastes. Spasibo большое. That was an authentic supermarket here in Russia. As you can see, was that as you were expecting? Let us know in the comment section below. When I first moved here, I was told shelves are empty, there's a scarcity, you can't import products, you don't have products here, this is Russia, this is bad Russia, this is evil Russia. But as you can see, we've got an authentic Coca-Cola, and I purchased it with actual money here in Russia. Yes, I funded Russia, I paid Russia, I got an authentic Coca-Cola. I cannot believe it, and I'm going to go home and enjoy this on some ice now. I don't think I've had a Coca-Cola for ages, because it is sanctions, but here we found that they found the way. Sanctions are really, really working. And as you can see, I mean, I don't know if you can see walking around this store, but this is pretty similar to most supermarkets as well. Everything is clean. It's organised, it's clean, items are stocked on the shelves. You go to the UK, there's gaps. You go to Tesco or Asda or somewhere like that, there's gaps on all the shelves. It's dirty everywhere you go. People are stealing, and people can steal all the time, right? If someone steals and it's below about £1,000, it's not even a crime in the UK. The police can't even do anything about it. Here, people aren't stealing. People don't steal. There's maybe 2 security guards running the whole store. Yeah, they'll keep an eye on what's going on, but, you know, they don't really need to do much because people aren't going to steal. You know, it doesn't happen here. Anyway, like I say, I've got my authentic Coca-Cola here in Russia. I'm going to go home and enjoy that with some ice in a glass right now. Let us know, is that what you expected from a supermarket here in Russia? Let us know in the comments section below. And please do us a favour, we're almost on 15,000 subscribers now, so please do us a favour, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications so that you're the very first to hear about videos as and when they come out. And until then guys, we'll see you all in another video very soon. Do svidaniya.